Hey everyone, welcome back to African Musing. In this video, I will explain the second reason why people hate Meghan Markle. Thank you for listening to part one. Thank you for your likes, your comments, and subscriptions. I am very grateful. Okay, let's begin. Remember Maria Highbrow in high school and Damian Montgomery? You know, the most popular girl and guy? Remember how beautiful Maria was? She had clear, smooth skin, no acne, nice thick hair, a great body. I mean, her thighs were not big. You know how we always felt like as girls that our thighs were humongous, but Maria did not have huge thighs. She had nice thighs and she was rich and she had great clothes. Yeah. Remember how all the guys treated her like really well, like including Draco Montana, the meanest guy in school who wouldn't lend you a pen when you needed one, even though he had like a pencil case full of pens? Yeah, him. Even he was nice to Maria. He lent her many pens, which she didn't need. She just wanted to use them, and she lost them. But did Draco get angry? No. He just stood there gibbering to her beautiful, remorseful face about how it's okay. Remember how even the teachers liked her and treated her better? And then she was dating Damon Montgomery, and Damon was so handsome, and he wore this leather jacket to school, which made him look so cool, remember? And he had his own car. He was tall with smooth skin, and he was like a star athlete, remember? And his dad was rich, man, and he got to date Maria Highbrow. Oh, remember how happy we were for them? How you just loved Maria and Damon. Remember all the warm, fuzzy feelings you had as a girl toward Maria and the warm brotherhood you felt toward Damien? You know, you just love them, right? We all love the most popular and beautiful or handsome kids when we were in high school. Ugh, we just love them, right? Okay, let's cut the crap. Let's cut the baloney, the hogwash, the hokey pokey, the humbuggery, the flapdoodle, the poppycock, the Tommy Rot. Okay, you get the point. We didn't like the Marias and the Damiens of our high school. Maybe we didn't hate them, but deep down we had this emotion toward them. How can I describe it? It's a green-eyed monster. Yeah, a jealousy. If we had the opportunity to gossip about them and about how they weren't all that, we would. Now, some of you wouldn't, okay? Not out loud, but in your minds, when those thoughts came about how she isn't even that pretty and I don't see why the girls like him, etc., you didn't banish them. Yeah, you didn't tell those thoughts to go away. No, you indulged those thoughts, right? So now the question is why? Why did we feel jealous toward the Marias and the Damiens of our high school? Let me explain some things to you about jealousy. In part one of this series about why do people hate Meghan Markle, I explained how the British wanted to keep the American gaze and attention directed at their monarchy for themselves, how they didn't want any American to also enjoy that fame. I defined two definitions of jealousy in that video. You can go watch it. A third definition of jealousy is to be hostile towards someone that you believe enjoys an advantage. Let me break this definition down. The people one gets jealous of don't necessarily have to have an advantage or a privilege over us in reality. It is that we believe that they have an advantage over us. And sometimes they do. They really do. I mean, Draco Montana was only nice to Maria because of the advantage of her being good looking. If she wasn't good looking, Draco would not have lent her his pens, okay? I mean, he wouldn't even have looked in her direction. Now, because we believe they have this advantage, some people will harbor a hostility toward them. And in true subconscious fashion, they won't sit down and ponder the emotions they feel towards these people they believe have an advantage over them. Nobody wants to admit that they are jealous of someone. It doesn't reflect well on the jealous person. And like movies and stories have this whole trope of jealous people who are mean to the protagonist. And, you know, we don't want to be seen as those people. So what some people do instead is that they exhibit their hostility toward this person by being very quick to judge them, very quick to find fault with them, always criticize everything they do, even the way they breathe, we will criticize, very quick to believe negative stories about them. African American Vernacular English, which is a dialect of American English, created a word to describe a person who does this, a hater. So why do people hate Meghan Markle? It's because they're jealous of her. That's it. Why are they jealous? Let me break down the whole Meghan Markle phenomenon so that you can understand people's jealousy of her. So I did not know who Meghan Markle was until I found out rather late that Prince Harry was dating an actress named Meghan Markle. I didn't know who this woman was. I did not watch the TV show she was in. I had seen adverts of the show, but I had never seen her. So this unknown woman came out of nowhere and bagged herself a prince. And not just any prince, a prince from the monarchy that gets the most American attention in the world, a British prince. I mean, how did this happen? Where did she come from? Do you know how many people had their sights on Prince Harry for decades? And then some unknown American actress swoops in and gets him? Do you know how many British people sent their daughters to the same school and circles as Prince Harry in hopes that she would be the one he picked to marry? I mean, if she was known, it may have been a bit better. If she came from some British upper class circle, it wouldn't have stung so much because we have prepared our hearts to expect stuff like that to happen to people from those circles and, to like maybe an A-list actress. But she was a B-list one. And I'm not trying to be mean. No, it's true. She wasn't that known as an actress. She was a B-list actress. Even Grace Kelly, the American actress that married the Prince of Monaco, was an A-list actress. She won like an Academy Award. And to top it off, Meghan Markle was divorced. Yeah, she was married before. Do you know that Queen Elizabeth's uncle had to abdicate the throne because he wanted to marry another American divorcee? Do you know King Charles couldn't marry the woman he loved, Camilla, because she was not acceptable, not a virgin? And then for years, after he divorced Diana, he couldn't marry Camilla because she was divorced as well. He eventually married Camilla, thank God, right? He got the person he loves at the end. Good. But Meghan just walked in with flaws and all that and gets Prince Harry without a fight. How? And she's even older than Harry. Wait, she's even older than Prince William. Strike one. She doesn't meet the prerequisites. People feel she's not worthy. Next, Meghan Markle is also very beautiful. You can deny it all you want. I am not saying that you have to be attracted to her, but if you can see that Prince William was very handsome in his teens and 20s, then you can also see that Meghan Markle is very beautiful because her beauty falls within the same standards of beauty as Prince William's. What I mean by that is this. There are different standards of beauty. The beauty standards of Africans is different from that of Asians and Europeans, and the beauty standards of Europeans is different from that of Asians and Africans. Prince William's features fall within the European standards of beauty, and so do Meghan Markle's features. So let's not kid ourselves here, okay? Once again, you don't have to be attracted to her. Many people were not attracted to Prince William, but they could acknowledge that he was very handsome. So Meghan Markle is very beautiful. She has nice long hair and accentuating eyebrows. She has a great body. Clothes look great on her. And she's very lovely to look at. And she presents like a lovely fashion. Like Maria Highbrow, from high school. Remember? Remember how she got all the stuff because she was beautiful? Yeah. Well, strike two. Meghan is beautiful. People are jealous of beautiful people. Then, all those Disney fairy tales we watched when we were younger, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Aladdin, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, etc. Remember how they portrayed the world of princesses and royalty? Remember all the pomp and the glory and beauty and elegance, the whole chosen one sentiment, the beautiful palace, the servants, the ease of life they painted with these movies to entice our young minds to believe that being a princess and marrying a prince was the highest honor that could happen to a lady. Remember how we all wanted to be princesses and princes? Okay, well, I don't know about princes, but at least princesses. We wanted to be princesses, okay? For us girls, remember? Then to top it all off, remember all those Hollywood films about royalty where royalty is presented as living a glamorous, carefree life. So in some people's minds, they feel that Meghan Markle is not only beautiful, but as a B-list actress, she jumps over all those other more deserving, quote unquote, to be chosen by Prince Harry as his bride. And then now she's going to live in a palace and have all that ease of life that comes with being a princess, all those servants and nice clothes and stylists and jewelry and fame and fortune. People feel that that's not fair. Why her? Why does she get to have all that? Strike three. She gets all this great, nice stuff. She's living the life that she didn't even work for. Oh, and it doesn't help how everyone can see that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle love each other. I mean, the way they look at each other with love and gentleness in their eyes and how they hold hands. Oh. Here lies the reasons why people are jealous of Meghan Markle. And it is this jealousy that makes them hate her. It is this jealousy that makes them willing to believe the negative stories of her in the British tabloids. It is this jealousy that makes them quick to find fault with her. It is this jealousy that makes them angry at her when she spoke of her struggles. People will come up with justifications for their hate. Oh, she's a narcissist. Like, how do you know that? Oh, she didn't want to follow the rules. Well, she said she did, but that it was the firm that didn't keep their promises. But anyways, forget that. Princess Diana didn't follow the rules. Diana hugged people, sent her kids to school, chose the names of her children, took pictures outside the hospital after giving birth, secretly collaborated with a writer to expose the heartbreak in her marriage, recorded tapes describing her life as Princess of Wales, and she even worked with AIDS patients even when Queen Elizabeth told her not to. Okay, Diana was a trailblazer. So why don't they hate Diana for not following the rules? And this is not to say that Meghan Markle didn't follow the rules. I mean, what rules did she not follow? And don't bring me tabloid stories, okay? The fact of the matter is that people who hate Meghan Markle, if you remove the tabloid stories, they don't really have any concrete reasons as to why they hate her, because they're not willing to look inside themselves and acknowledge their jealousy. Now, some people say, I don't want anything Meghan Markle has, so no, I am not jealous of her. I dislike her for real reasons. Now, let me remind you of the third definition of jealousy I used in this video: to be hostile towards someone that you believe enjoys an advantage. An advantage is defined as something that someone has over another person. The important word here is that you believe. You believe. It is not that it is a fact that she has an advantage or advantages over you. It is that you believe. You believe it, that she has an advantage or advantages that you don't have. Not even that you want those advantages necessarily, but that you just don't have them. Okay, let's see. Let me ask you, what are your dreams? Like, list them out, like the top 2 or the top 3. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, now, in that list, was any of your dreams to win the $10 million lottery 10 times? Huh? The answer is 99.99999% no, a big no. But if I were to tell you that there was a woman in Atlanta, Georgia, who won the $10 million lottery 10 times in the space of 3 years, meaning that she got $100 million in 3 years, how would you feel? And like, if the media just kept bringing it up, interviewing her, taking her all over the place and all, how would you feel? You would feel like, wow, that's crazy. That's too much. Huh? A part of you would feel like it was unfair. It was unfair of the universe. I'm not even going to say God. I'm going to say the universe. It was unfair of the universe to allow this to happen 10 times. Like, if it happened once, okay, that's great. Lucky you. But twice, thrice, 10 times? Come on. You would feel that that's not fair. But remember now, it wasn't your dream to win the lottery 10 times. Yet some of you would still feel some sort of way if you heard that something that good happened 10 times and in a short period of time to another person, and it was constantly in your face, like the media constantly brought it up and all. Yeah. So yeah, you may not want what Meghan Markle has or what she got, but when you see her getting all these things, bagging a prince without working for it, being so beautiful, getting to be a princess, you feel like it's unfair. It's like her winning the lottery 10 times. This is why people will tell you that sometimes it is better not to talk about your successes because it can stir up jealousy in people. And this is what happened to Meghan Markle. Her successes are just open for everyone to see because she married a very public figure, and it stirred up jealousy in people. And the ironic thing is that people tend to romanticize marrying into royalty, becoming a princess, being a princess. Hollywood has helped us in this area, okay? People think that Meghan Markle was living in a palace, living the life of ease. And that's just not the case. That's a fantasy. She went from having her own money to depending on her father-in-law for money. For those who have been in that situation where you depend on a parent for money in your 30s, what's that like, huh? She didn't also live in a palace. They lived like in a big house. They called it a cottage, but it wasn't a palace. And also, if it was a palace, who is going to clean that place? Like, seriously, that means who cleans a palace? Do you know how much work that is? And you may say, well, she has servants. Like, who pays for those servants? Okay, she doesn't have the money to pay for them, and if she doesn't have the money to pay for them, that means they don't listen to her. They don't clean. They don't follow her lead because she doesn't pay them. They follow the lead of the person who pays them. Okay, and then she had bodyguards, right? But those bodyguards don't work for her as well. So what does that make her? A prisoner. I mean, who do you think those bodyguards take orders from? And it still bugs me that no one has spoken about the fact that she had to give up her passport, credit cards, and car keys. That means she couldn't leave. She was like a slave in a beautiful cage, but it's still a cage. And that means that Kate Middleton also had to give up her passports, her credit cards, and her car keys. That means that if she wants to go somewhere, she has to call someone. And let's say the person she calls doesn't work for her. So the person can say, well, no, we ain't going today. I mean, what's she going to do? Walk? I don't think so. And it bugs me that an organization that is the highest in the land can do such a thing, and the British people and the British government are okay with this criminal abuse of power, in my opinion, because nobody has the right to take your passport, your credit cards, or your car keys. Nobody has that right. And anybody who takes that, that is criminal. Okay? And didn't Diana tell us what it was like to marry into the British monarchy? I mean, how great was that for her? So when people are jealous of Meghan Markle, it's because of a fantasy life that they have created for her in their minds. It has nothing to do with the reality of her situation. I mean, they took off her name, Rachel Meghan Markle, from her son Archie's birth certificate. So what's the point of being jealous of someone who has had to go through all these things? Look, Harry and Meghan fell in love, and I won't knock them down for that. Prince Harry deserves to have someone that loves him, and he found that person in Meghan Markle. Meghan deserves to have someone that loves her, and she found that in Harry. And I'm happy for them. They deserve to be happy, to have a family of their own, and to live their lives free from toxicity, and to do what they feel is best for their family and pursue the dreams that God has put in their hearts. Just like I do, and just like you do. We all deserve these things. And I believe that they are grateful, and they should be grateful for each other and the good things they have in their lives. Anyways, remember how after university we found out that the Marias and the Damians of our high school were not as lucky as we thought? We found out that Maria was sexually harassed, lied about, put under a conservatorship for like 15 years where she couldn't undress privately, forced to work but had no access to her money or to make decisions for her career. Remember how we found out that Damien was on drugs and went to rehab several times? I think that if people really knew what it was like to be Meghan Markle, they would stop being jealous of her and be extremely grateful for their own lives. Okay, here ends part 2 of why some people hate Meghan Markle. Once again, if you hate Meghan Markle and you didn't see yourself in what I have just explained in part 1 and in part 2, don't worry. In the last video of this series, I will most certainly explain your hate for her. Thank you for watching. I am grateful. Please like this video, share it, including the first part. Okay, but if you can't, please share it, comment on it, and subscribe to my channel for more in this series and for other interesting musings coming your way. Bye.